So I decided to refund Helldivers. I'm going to share my reasons. Basically, the FOMO for me really kicked hard in this game. I was on the fence. I waited, a few days, just, maybe one review, two, and see what people are thinking in general. And I decided, well, I need at least to try this game. Now, I also watch a lot of streams online on Twitch to see, try to feel the game. And it actually combined with my own experience that if you play this game with friends, with voice, and this is a critical thing, it's going to be amazing. Because again, the dynamics of this game comes alongside the funny situation that can be by actually succeeding together with friends, and also making mistakes and being able to interact with friends when you actually make those. So this was missing for me because I play with randoms and I don't have people which I can play with or play with consistently that are playing this game. Now you need to understand, aside from what I mentioned, this game feels incredible in terms of mechanic. The heaviness of the characters, oh boy, it's amazing. The fact that you get in, there are so many dangers there, like you can get poisoned and you feel the heaviness of when you're walking in the snow. And you feel the heaviness of the characters, the animations when you can actually shoot while actually gliding. It feels terrific in that aspect. Now, the design of the levels are incredible. Again, it's procedure generated, but the thing when it comes to, for example, the color palette, the contrast between the shiny and the more kind of a dim that give the scene more dramatic feeling. And especially when you shoot bullets and other type of projectile that kind of glow in the dark, it's really, really beautiful. The music is insane and the voice for the characters is so funny and hilarious. And again, from what I've seen on Twitch, it's just going to get better and better when there's more action, more challenging, and more finding basically the dynamics with your friends is going to be even more entertaining and fun. And I've seen it, tons of it on Twitch. So I know it, when you're playing with friends and you're communicating, I think part of the enjoyment for me, even when watching it on stream, is actually seeing the dynamics between the players. It just was a joy to watch. So I'm sure it's going to be amazing when you actually play it and take part of it. Now, there are lots of weapons and abilities to unlock, which is really cool and really cool cosmetics. The thing is that I thought, again, as a fan of Destiny, for example, I thought maybe it's going to be RNG, like kind of random drops in the game. And I thought, oh, maybe it's going to impair for me the experience. It's bullshit. Basically, the game is just, in terms of mechanics, there's so much fun. And the interaction, again, once you have players to play with, I'm sure because I watch it online, it's going to make out for it, even if you kind of are more of a fan of getting lots of RNG type of drops in games. It really makes out for it, and it's really not necessary in this game. It's actually really good, especially for a game as a service where, players coming in, they won't feel like, if they level up, they're going to be kind of on par with others rather than feeling they're actually missing a lot and won't actually be motivated to dive into the game. So I think even for the format of the game is a very good choice. Visual effects, sound effects, everything just top-notch. Shooting feels really, really punchy. When it comes to recoil, very well made. When it comes to, for example, like the machine gun, you can actually see the cursor kind of moving, so you can actually adapt. So design it very well. So even if you're using kind of weapons that are not accurate, they give you kind of a way to actually enjoy them. It's kind of felt like a little minigame where you need to adjust the cursor when it kind of moves in order to make sure that you actually hit the target. In terms of UI, very clear. I really like the type of arrows that you need to click in order to activate a certain, I forgot how it's called. Nonetheless, it's really fun because under pressure, it's really kind of put you into stress. You need to be kind of skilled to know how to operate under pressure, which is really nice. Then when it comes to animation, it felt like kind of a 5% ragdoll kind of, especially when you're trying to dive and avoid getting hit. I mean, it's really cool and funny. So yeah, so the thing is that, you see, I'm super excited from what I've played, but I know, again, based on my experience with it, that without actually, plus actually, again, I read also the players don't interact with voice most of the time, and this is the type of game that if you have a group of players that you're going to play constantly and you can interact, you're going to have a lot of fun. This is just a kind of really fun to invite friends, let's go and have a blast. But because I didn't have this dynamic in game, although by the way you can, there's option for open mic and also for push to talk, so you can do this, but other players won't actually interact with you most of the time, from what I've seen, again, by watching also Twitch streams with people play with random. Yeah, so it's a missing thing for me, but it's not the fault of the game. I don't have constant players to play with, and I know this is, for me, this is a very must, especially when it comes to repetition. There is a repetition here, of course, which the thing in game, the dynamics actually override there's a negative repetition and positive. For example, you can play Call of Duty or Battlefield, for example, and the dynamics there is based because you're playing against real players. So there's emotion involved and some really fun moments that created by the players themselves. So you can play even the same map, like I did with Metro, for example, in Battlefield, and I did it thousands of times, but I enjoy it, right? But again, it's the same thing because of the dynamics. So here, because I'm lacking actually the interaction with voice, and we are not playing against other players in PvP, it's PvE. So because of that, a really big chunk of it actually was missing for me. And that actually led me to understand that I really won't enjoy repeating, because of the lack of the dynamics, it will become negatively repetitive for me very soon. Now keep in mind that although you might feel it, even if you're playing with friends at the beginning, keep in mind, I've seen, of course, players who are playing at the highest levels, and again, you're going to get much more fun when you're playing, so you can't really judge the game early on, but again, I've seen it, I know how to kind of, build a puzzle together, understand if I'm going to enjoy it, or if it's already, kicked in, because I really wanted to communicate and it wasn't there. I really felt that at some point I just want to enjoy it. So yeah, so this is an ambivalent thing that again, you see, I played the game. I already know that it can be insanely fun and amazing because I already felt the part that it is, but also know that I won't feel the other part. But keep in mind, there are players who are playing with randoms and having lots of fun together. So that can be, I mean, if you are willing to do this, it won't be a problem for you. You can still have a lot of fun. Some players just don't have a problem with that, but they probably, many players realize that if you are communicating with friends, it's a lot more fun, and that's my opinion as well. So yeah, up to you to decide, but I'm telling you, in terms of mechanics, looks, overall gameplay experience, the progression outside, and by the way, you can also find weapons drops inside and try them out before you unlock them, which is really cool as well. So yeah, I'm very happy that I gave it a try, and I can tell you right now, this is like the most, when it comes to combat, one of the most fun combat when it comes to mechanics and feeling that I had since I played Battlefield 3. That's how good it is in that particular aspect for the gunplay. And that's it. That's my thought about it. Yeah, I'm kind of sad, but that's how it is. I made my decision. Tell me what you think about the game. Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.